What's going on, guys? This is my third take here. Hopefully it goes better this time. But in this video, it's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge. We're going to talk about some supports and resistances to look out for Bitcoin. I do think a breakout will bring a move in either direction. We're also going to talk about a bank that's over a decade old in Germany, partnering up with a Bitcoin consulting firm for innovative offerings. And we're also going to talk about the Ethereum spot ETFs and what kind of price that can bring, as well as a potential date that's coming. And I'm also going to show you the Bitcoin miner that had the most impressive hash rate growth in 2023. If you get something useful out of this video, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you want some free stocks and cryptos, check out the links down below in the description, and consider joining my membership for $2 a month to show your support. And first, I want to talk about this 130-year-old German bank and this recent news here. This 130-year-old bank has entered into a long-term partnership with Terahash.Energy GmbH, according to a press release sent to Bitcoin Magazine. And this bank and the young startup will collaborate on promoting topics related to Bitcoin and develop new offerings. And this partnership aims to synergize VR Bank's reliability and innovation with Terahash's expertise, which should bring joint efforts in service and educational development over the coming years. This collaboration also extends to the planning of the second Bitcoin Forum in Ingolstadt, which is scheduled for April 12 of 2024. And it'll feature a Bitcoin business and energy area catering to B2B enthusiasts and companies. I believe we'll see a lot more of this, a lot of these older firms, older banks, what have you, starting to see the potential with Bitcoin, starting to see all the money that they're locking themselves away from if they don't innovate with Bitcoin. And I think we'll see a lot more of this, especially once we start breaking new all-time highs, once the FOMO really kicks in, once everyone starts seeing how well Bitcoin is performing. I also want to talk about 2 points to look out for with Bitcoin. We have this ascending support, which Bitcoin has utilized for months now. I think the market will definitely react to a break of this ascending support. And to the upside, we need to break this roughly $44,000 mark. And if we can break 44,000, there's really not much limiting us to getting towards our previous yearly high at 49,000. But we're now above our 50 MA as well as our 200. They're both pointing up. Bitcoin is still looking bullish. And like I said, there's really not much limiting our run if we can break 44,000. But the real hurdle here is breaking that 44,000. I also want to talk about the Ethereum spot ETFs, and Standard Chartered expects a surge of 70% if Ethereum gets its own spot ETFs. And they also expect potential approval in May. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum has less downside risk. And this is due to the selling pressure with Grayscale. Grayscale's ETH Trust current market cap is $6 billion, which is 2.2% of total Ethereum market cap. Whereas for Bitcoin, they had 3.1% at the time of approval. So you'll see that overall they have less of the supply of Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. We should see less downward pressure because of it. And they do expect the spot ETH ETFs to be approved on the 23rd of May, which is the final deadline for the first of the ETFs under consideration. And this is the equivalent date to the 10th of January for the Bitcoin ETFs. Now Ethereum going all the way up to $4,000 by May 23rd. I don't know the likelihood of that. I do expect some positive price action here though, but I think Bitcoin will have to cooperate here as well. If Bitcoin starts pulling back, ETH won't be running up. They are going to run somewhat hand in hand, while some days, of course, one will outperform or underperform the other. Now, I also want to mention the company that grew their hash rate the most throughout 2023. And that's Iris Energy. You'll see that they increased their hash rate 273% throughout 2023. And Iris Energy started the year with 1.7 exahash per second, grew to 5.6. And Iris aims to double their hash rate in 2024 to over 11 exahash per second. And the expansion of their Texas site in Childress could reach 20 exahash by the year end, with the option to acquire an additional 9 exahash of miners. But Iris Energy has aggressively grown their hash rate, and I definitely think it is one to consider. It is one to at least keep an eye on. Let me know what you guys think about ETH spot ETF approval. Do you think it'll bring Ethereum up to $4,000? I personally think that's a little optimistic, but you know, we are in the right time frame for it, right around the halving. If Bitcoin starts really rallying, that'll likely give Ethereum room to really run. But I don't think it's going to happen without Bitcoin cooperating as well. And also, do you think more and more of these well-established banks, companies, whatnot, will start adopting crypto in some sort of way? I do think as the bull run continues, I do think as we get to new all-time highs, it'll definitely bring a lot of eyes to Bitcoin. A lot of companies wanting a little piece, a lot of companies wanting some of that price performance. And let me know what your top miner is. For me, it's still CleanSpark. They grew the most aggressively during 2022, which was the bear market, and they really took advantage of cheap machine prices, while a lot of other companies were just holding their Bitcoin and trying to ride it out. Having said that, I do own Iris Energy. I have a lot of faith in them, along with CleanSpark. I also own a couple other Bitcoin miners like BTBT, Sphere 3D. I think Sphere 3D will do very well due to its small market cap. But let me know what your top miners are. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.